Why comedians? I would say because, for one, comedians, there's a reason that comedians are the people that you see in podcasts all the time. Like I was saying to you just a minute ago, people who do comedy, it's almost like podcasting has taken over the comedy world in this weird way. And I think that's how a lot of people discover comedians. I think it's how I ended up in the position I'm in, probably, is because I've consumed so many comedy podcasts, just so much of that content that I was like trained for this moment already anyways. Just the amount of that stuff that I've listened to, you know. And I think that like one thing you'll observe is comedians like to think things through. They like to like talk through to the bottom of things, which I would say rappers probably don't do as much, or like musicians don't do as much. Comedians are just an easier hang. They're easier to talk to. It's probably mostly that. But really, there's no aim for the podcast at all. It's just, I think that it naturally fell into place that way. I mean, the whole story is that I was trying to find somewhere like an open mic, and there wasn't there are music open mics, but there's not a whole lot. But there's plenty of comedy open mics or all arts open mics. And what I've learned is really, you could probably go to most comedy open mics and just do music, and they won't even really care. Most of them, you can do that. I didn't realize that at first, but now I know. So yeah, that's kind of how it all fell into place. It's just a lack of options, truly. It's like, oh, I'm here now. I guess I'll try to get all these people on my show. And I think it's a serendipitous thing, like life falls into place and such things, right? Everything seems to happen for a weird reason, because I wouldn't have it any other way, you know. I think comedians are a fun group of people to get acquainted with.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all a little crazy like me, I would say.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, I mean, would you say comedians are crazy? Would you agree with that? You think so? You think you've met your share of crazy people?
I mean, I think that in order to look at life in a way, that you need to make up things in your head as you go along with life. There needs to be a narrative around to the extent that it has to also be funny all the time.
Yeah.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but so is a lot of art. Like, I think a lot of creation and art, you could really boil a lot of it down to that like life is this constant thing that just never ends, and all you can ever truly do is try to make sense of it. Like, it's kind of the infinite puzzle forever and always. It just kind of gets more confusing. It never makes more sense. It actually just gets more and more confusing the longer and longer you go on. I feel like no, you never figure life out. If you think you did, you're probably actually the crazier one. And so of course then you're like stuck making art and thinking of jokes and like trying to come up with reasons for things, you know. It drives you nuts. But I think it's a good kind of crazy. I would rather be that than just, you know, accept everything as it is. That sounds boring. That sounds like a boring way to do things.
I mean, existence is literally just your interpretation of it, and the only way that you know what you know is because you're you. You can't be in somebody else's body to really understand what is actually happening with somebody, or do that to the magnitude of understanding what's going on more of a global scale, because you don't know anybody else's story. So
right.
Why bother?
Right. I mean, I think that's why it's cool too that it's cool to with comedy. One thing I've noticed, another thing that probably like why comedians write, it's because comedians, there's a big net, like a big community of people like constantly encountering one another. Like all the comedians in one area tend to know each other. It's this big circle of people, and I think being in touch with a wide variety of people is a really good thing for a person. Like, it gives a lot of comedians probably do it just to have that community too. Like, that community is very valuable for a person. You don't even realize it probably when you're first starting comedy, but there's so many people to like fall back on, or that'll help you, or all that. You know, there's a lot of people, because there really is like this, I don't know if the word is like collegiance, but like this energy, like we're all in this together, we're all trying to do this together. Which I would say, again, in music and rap, probably not. You probably don't see that so much. Like, we're all in this together, let's work together and build together, you know?
Yeah.
And that's cool. I like that a lot. I like that you see that. And I think that keeps you in touch with doing new things and trying new stuff, you know, and looking at life in a different way, you know, back to that, you know, we're all just moving through life, and it is all our own perspective. So you need to see those other perspectives and have people around you, you know. It's cool. I mean, how long have you done comedy for?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Oh, wow. So, like, how much is that? What have you learned along the way? What has that experience taught you?
We're all crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah, as we have established.
Yeah, no, I mean, on a bigger scale, I think you put out, or you get out of it what you put in, and some people will be doing the same jokes for months, years, and never get anywhere. Some people will be complaining about not getting booked on the same shows months, years. I came from Phoenix, which has a very large scene of open micers and a lot of comedy clubs, and like 20 people that get work. And there's a reason for that, because you got to put in the work. And I got here and everybody's good. Everybody's here because they want to do it for real. They want to test themselves, be around other good comedians, and you either get on and learn and grow, or you just kind of go by the wayside. And here it's too expensive. Takes too much of your time to try and not get better, you know? Mm-hmm. I came from Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I was a competitor, which is what I did with my 20s. And when I switched into comedy, I took it very seriously. I still take it very seriously. And you can tell the difference between somebody that takes what they love seriously and somebody that doesn't.
Right.
And so I think with comedy, you can surround yourself with a lot of people that can go nowhere, or that can go and help you push to get better at what you do. And I've been fortunate to meet a lot of good people and be involved in scenes that are good. But, you have to find your own way in comedy, which is something that I think scares some people, because they don't ever stop to figure out what's real. And you can tell on stage when somebody's lying to you.
Figure out what's real. Like when they're, what do you mean? Like on stage, like they're saying something that's not real, you mean? And
that's not authentic. It's not necessarily that everybody's lying, but there has to be an element of emotional truth to what you say.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nobody's going to believe you.
Right. And there's a lot of people who they don't even have that figured out yet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the first step. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's so much of it right there. It's just that thing alone. And I think like that's why I think being on stage in general for most people, if you're just starting out, you're going to have to get over that, because you'll psych yourself out of it, and then you just won't follow your instincts. Like you wouldn't follow the first instinct you would have, because now you're tripping out and you're thinking that all these things are happening, you know? And I think like improv and freestyling and all these things teach you not to do that, to just flow in the moment and just go with that. And then it's kind of hard not to be yourself when you're just kind of doing that, because that's when the real stuff comes out, I feel like. Yeah. But I think people just put their brain in a whole other place. And you could do that for 6 months, a year. Like I'm sure most people probably, they're first starting out, like comedy, they're first starting out, anything performing probably. It's a big hump to not feel weird. Just standing in front of people and moving around and talking, you know. It is a weird thing to do. It is actually weird when you think about it, you know. Especially comedy. The whole thing is kind of weird when you really think about it. But yeah, I mean, and then you trick yourself into thinking all these crazy things. And I think, it's like what you just said. It's surrounding yourself with the right people who all have the right mindset. That's so much of it too. Wow. That's because that'll put you in a whole different place. People will drag you down, like without you even realizing it, you know? I've learned that, it's just like, I'm somewhat of a yes man. I've learned this about myself, and I give people too much If I give them a little bit, I'll give them too much. Like if I talk to somebody on the phone, I won't talk to them for 5 minutes. I'll talk to them for 45 minutes. And I shouldn't be doing that with a lot of people. I just feel the energy I just drained from myself. It's not good, but it's so easy to do. And that's just a little version of that, of just giving yourself away to the wrong thing. And do that 10 times in one day, and all of a sudden that's who you are.
There's your day.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. And then the one that everybody knows is sitting on your phone and just getting dragged into that satanic world, whatever that is, being sucked away into the everything that is inside of your pocket. It's terrifying. It's so bad because I always think if I wasn't someone who did things, if I didn't have to post about this podcast or making music, I probably wouldn't even use social media. I probably would just enjoy life. But instead, I feel like I have to do it. And then I'll post and then it's right in front of me. Oh, hey, I know these people. And then boom, you're right back in. It gets you every time. It's dangerous. I've seen grandparents get sucked away. People that you think are they've handled their whole life. It won't get them. And then boom, you hand them a smartphone, and within 5 days, they're one of us. They're sucked right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so addictive. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, that's probably not a problem with comedy shows, is it? People being on their phones. Is that a thing?
I had a experience where a club had a QR code scan menu. This was House Economy Detroit, and I looked at the person right in front of me, and they were staring down at their phone. And for a second, I was just like, I'm gonna call this person. I'm so glad I didn't, because I was like, I'm going to call this person out right now. And then I realized after I got off, most of the time people are pretty good. But if it's one of those things, and this is why I like to stare at people,
right,
where if they know they're being watched, they're gonna pay attention. If they don't, like if they're in the back of the room or they feel like they're safe, what's to stop you from checking on, how your Instagram post is doing?
But if you're like gazing around the room and hitting every spot type of thing, making sure to stare here, stare there, stare there. Now everybody knows they're within. They cannot get on their phone. They are in danger of being looked at.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's smart. That's kind of like That's not the reason that most people usually stare at the audience, but it's a good reason. Because most of the time, they're just saying, like, you want to engage with the audience. You're kind of like, you're one step ahead of that. I'm engaging with them before they have a chance to do anything else. That's pretty smart. Because they will. People get distracted so easily. And that's another thing about, like, being on stage. You have to really, like, you do have to find something that makes you stand out and be different. Like you were saying with, like, writing different kinds of jokes, right? Like standing out and being different.
Being you.
Yeah,
whatever that means.
Yeah. Because that being you makes you stand out. They remember that. They don't even remember necessarily what you said. They remember, like, oh, he was real. Like, that was a real guy that was up there. That's usually what it was. Sure, they'll remember the jokes, but most of it is just in the moment. Do they feel that energy on stage? Can you bring that up there? Can you, like, transfer that? Because, and catch their attention. Like, make them notice you.
Yeah, like I can't stop staring at your mustache.
Yeah, thank you. If I shaved this thing, I would feel so lost. 2020, when the world shuts down, my facial hair started growing. I let that happen for about 6 months to 8 months. And I was like, okay, this is... Because it wasn't really growing in over here. I looked like a crazy person. So I shaved everything else and just kept the mustache. And since then, it's been history. Can't lose it.
It's what I know you by now.
Thank you. I have not heard that for the first time just now. It's part of me. It really is. Like, my mom did not like it. My mom did not support this mustache. She thought it looked... I think it reminded her of my dad. I think that was actually probably what it was. She's like, oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she saw the metamorphosis beginning or something, right? But my sister said it was cool. My older sister, she was saying, it's cool. That's coming back. Mustaches are coming back. And now my mom likes this Benson Boone guy.
Oh.
If you've seen him, he looks almost exactly like me. He's got the mustache. So I'm going to actually have to talk with my mom after this because now I'm connecting the dots as I'm talking to you. Mom, why do you think Benson Boone is this sweet, adorable guy and there's something wrong with my mustache? That's what I'm going to say to her. Let's see what she says.
You should throw accusations.
I will. And tune in next time on Ruse Radio to hear the follow-up. What my mom says back.
I can't wait.
Yeah. But thank you, man. I would say the overall is back for you, right? I mean, when did that begin? Was it when your comedy career started, or was there some point along the way where you just looked in a mirror, you had overalls on, and you're like, yes? Was it something someone said to you one day? There's got to be something where this begins.
I mean, I left corporate America and slowly just started dressing how I wanted to.
Ooh.
And I decided to try overalls as like a vibe, and now I own 4 pairs of overalls. You should get a pair of overalls.
Why?
All right.
I mean, it looks like you got storage room.
Yeah, you got storage for days, but that's not even it. One, you still look pretty sick, even if you don't have a t-shirt on. You can fucking rock it shirtless and not get weird looks. 2, you ever been at a restaurant and you eat more than you think you should, and then you just like are just like overflow? You can just unclip these bad boys and it does not look like anything. Like there's side buttons. So yeah, your waistline, what is it? Doesn't matter. So
it's kind of like unbuttoning your pants, except it's socially acceptable.
Exactly.
See, wow.
And then also, people remember the overalls guy.
A mustache guy, overalls guy, right there. Yeah, that's a great point. So it's probably the same exact thing where you're in too deep like me. I can't shave the mustache. You would probably feel lost without the overalls. If you didn't wear them, you'd probably feel a little bit like, oh, this day would be better if I were wearing. Like, maybe you would at least be able to get by, but you'd still probably think somewhere in your mind, this would probably be better with the overalls. I'd probably feel more comfortable.
I mean, they are very comfortable, so I don't disagree with you there.
That's interesting. I've never heard somebody sell them so well to me, because those two things are things I would have never thought about. I mean, I never even realized you have all these pockets. And I've seen some cool overalls. So are you familiar with you watch WWE at all?
I do not.
Oh, there was a faction called like the Shield back in 2013, 2012, and they had really cool like jumpsuit type things, kind of like overalls though. It was like more like military gear, but I bet there's some cool like overalls you could get with like a bunch of cool pockets. I'd want something that looks cool, like I'm decked out, like I'm ready to go. Maybe like I got like pepper spray right here, I got Axe right here in case I want to smell good. I'm trying to think
those
of
up.
What's that?
Said don't mix those up.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. Maybe just spray them together just to see what happens.
I mean, if that's your prerogative, dude.
I know you can do it with Axe. You can make the flamethrower, right? I don't know about bear spray. I do wonder actually what would happen if you had bear spray and you lit a lighter and you sprayed the bear spray at the same time. I know it wouldn't be good.
Do you have bear spray here?
Yeah. This time on Ruse Radio. I wish I did. Wouldn't that be awesome if we could try it?
We have an open flame right there.
Yeah. Well, it's a candle, though. That's a little different, because if you just spray bear spray at a candle, probably just going to ruin the candle. You'll probably just put the candle out. I think with, like, the lighter, it's kind of like the whole flick. It's the whole... I don't know. I'm not a scientist, clearly, but I think that there is something to this. I mean, if you can light a fart on fire, bear spray has to do something. If a fart goes... then definitely bear spray does something.
I don't think we need to I think we just need the dream.
You know, this is the moment where this is the interactive part. So you guys at home get to go test this out and then let us know in the comments what happened. Now, I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm saying that theoretically, if you did, you would leave a comment and tell me what happened. Yeah. And overalls. And the hat, too. I like the hat, dude. The camo hat.
Thank you.
Very cool. Roll, stay strong and don't panic. Does that mean anything?
Oh, it's a jiu-jitsu hat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, like, jiu-jitsu, what made you even want to do that? Was it just you wanted to learn how to defend yourself? Simple as that? Or was there a reason you got into it?
No, I wrestled in junior college, and I wanted to fight people for a living. And then I started a corporate job, and they said stop coming in with black eyes. So I stopped doing MMA and just kept doing jiu-jitsu. And choking people's fun.
Yeah. You don't do it anymore, though?
I still do. I was in a car accident that made competing difficult afterwards.
Oh, just like your body?
Yeah.
Damn.
So in my brain.
Yeah, really? What kind of car accident? Were you like a head-on collision type of thing? Was it a big accident?
Yeah, it was run over by a semi-truck.
Oh, that's the milk truck thing.
Yes, that is a real story.
Yes. That happened not that long ago. When did that happen?
2021.
Oh, my God, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So you were were you just in front of it and it hit you in the middle of the street? Where does this occur? Were you hit head on, like it's coming at you straight and you're right in front of it? Like, how does this happen?
So I was stopped on the freeway at like 10:30 at night. There was a lane closure, so there was only one lane. And a milk truck operator did not see what was in front of him, was on like the 22nd hour of driving, and ran into the car behind me going 63 miles an hour, which jackknifed my car, flipped my car, and ran into about 5 other cars.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. Damn. And the car behind you, that person died, I would presume. You said another car was smashed into your car and then your car flipped? Like it hit the car behind you?
It hit the car behind me.
Wow. Dude, you're lucky to have survived. Wow, that's amazing. You're lucky you're walking around. I mean, you look. What kind of injuries then? What did they tell you sustained from such a thing?
I have about a 7-inch scar on the back of my skull. I have a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah.
I broke both my ribs, or two or 4 of my ribs. I had like lacerations on my lungs. I don't remember the rest.
How long did it take to recover? Like 6 months, a year?
I mean, I was on bed rest for about a week, and then I went home. My parents flew down from Northern California to Arizona to make sure that I wasn't just like wandering through the streets. So I was home like on short-term disability for like 3-ish months. But I did almost a year of physical therapy, speech therapy, like psychiatry, all of the things.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So that made me stop competing because I just couldn't do jiu-jitsu with the same intensity that I used to.
Right.
But it opened the avenue of comedy.
Right, like you wouldn't be doing this now.
No, I'd still be choking people for a living.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. That's a crazy transition for you, like for your life. That kind of changed your whole life from then on forward. Of course, yeah. No fighting sports anymore. You ever think about doing anything like other than that? Like maybe like a physical sport where you're not, or is it always about choking people? You want to choke people, you want to fight people?
I mean, I just like it was when I was like 14, I started doing wrestling and I was terrible at it. I would just go out, get pinned every match the first year, and I hated being bad at it so much that I just like dedicated my life to it. And I got that way to the point where I could, like, I went to junior college and wrestled in junior college. And then after I got done with college, I was like, I still want to do something, and I wanted to fight. I grew up on the Ultimate Fighter TV series. Always kind of wanted to give it a go. So, I still do it. Like, I literally did it today.
Okay.
But like the amount of time that you need to dedicate to doing it at a high level, like I was training 4 hours a day. I would work 8 hours, train, go home, shower, do another hour and a half of weightlifting, go to sleep, wake up at 6:30 in the morning the next day, do it all over again.
Yeah.
Like that's all I really wanted to do. So, like I can do it kind of casually enough.
Does that,
No.
with that same like dedication, I have to imagine like you carry that over into comedy, right? You put all that energy into something else instead. That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to imagine.
I mean, it's performance either way.
Yeah.
It's just this one, if you do a bad job, nobody's breaking your limbs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the amount it takes to be good at it, I guess, is the same too. Like to actually be good at MMA, you have to do it all the time. Just like comedy, to actually be good at it, you have to do it all the time. You can't just not do it, right?
But yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's just like it's an obsessiveness. But I will say, if you're good at comedy, you're not necessarily gonna be good at MMA.
No.
I don't think it's the same level of dedication.
It's like a square is a rectangle. A rectangle is not necessarily, or the other way around. Rectangle is a square. A square is not necessarily a rectangle.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah, there you
MMA
go.
translates pretty well into comedy, but I don't know if comedy translates into MMA. Like going from that one to the other one. I think a lot of MMA people, you could probably jump into comedy. You might not even be funny, but you probably would be able to like follow the career path. Just the amount of stuff you have to do. That's why they say it's a young man's game. Is because comedy is so much fucking sitting around at bars and waiting for your turn to go up and sitting through these other people. That's the first 3 to 6 months for most people. It's just sitting through open mics trying to carve something for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like if you're not 25 to 30, that's a hard proposition. That's a hard spot to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even then, like, you can start anything at any time. That's the other thing that everybody, you always hear. So many people start companies so late in their lives. Like, these people that you think of as successful, they did it when they were 40 or whatever. I think Bill Gates, I think he was one of those. I want to say it was like 40 in Microsoft or something. I want to say that's right.
No, he was coding
When he was
in
young.
high school.
There's one. There's so many good examples, but I'm not going to think of a single one right now. But there's a lot of them. I think there's one big politician from history, like George Washington or Abraham Lincoln. Maybe it was like when he was 60 or 50. Just so many random things, though. You could tell anybody, oh, you're too old to do this thing. I mean, I feel like that's what a hater would say. Of course you'd think that. Sometimes being old makes you funnier sometimes. I've seen some really old people. I don't know if you've ever seen Teddy around at the open mics.
I see Teddy.
Yeah.
I know Teddy. Teddy and I know each other. Yeah.
He is the perfect kind of old.
He's awesome.
Is.
I want to be that man when I'm old.
Gotta get Teddy on the podcast, but I'm gonna have to let him
I
know
don't
there's
even
at
know
least
he
one flight of
knows
stairs.
what a podcast is.
Right. How do you explain that?
Good luck, buddy.
It's like a radio show. What's a radio show? Oh my god.
Like one, but for the internet. Well, the internet is.
Yeah. Oh, it's Eddie. He's the closest thing we have to actually seeing a dinosaur, probably like a T-Rex on stage. It's pretty cool. I like when I see Teddy around. And also every time I see him, I'm like, yes, he's still with us. It's so awesome.
Breathe a sigh of relief.
He dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've seen him mostly at Red Room. I don't know where else he goes. I don't know his spots.
It's basically Red Room.
Yeah, that's his domain.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
The first show I ever booked, Teddy is definitely on that show in a way.
You gotta be.
Yeah, I'll carry him there. I'll make it happen.
Pretty sure you could probably get a wheelchair, but if you want to piggyback ride a 90-year-old,
that might be good. That might be a fun thing just to do, just for fun. I might just do it for fun.
Yeah, do your thing. Are
like,
you
hey,
an
man,
aspirational person?
I would say so. I'm all about stuff like that. If you tell me that this old man will hop on my back, I'll say, go ahead and hop on. Yeah. Right. I would, the yes and that situation for sure. No hesitation.
Nice. All right.
Would you? If Teddy was about to hop on your back, you'd say yes, I imagine.
No, I got back problems, dog. No fucking way.
Damn.
Also, I don't want to break a poor old man unintentionally.
Yeah. That's a good point. You're liable if anything happens to Teddy.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm putting a lot of faith in myself. Maybe I should reconsider. Teddy just happens to have a heart attack while I'm carrying him. It wasn't me, I swear. Did you squeeze him? No. You're right. Don't carry old people. Just don't carry old people. That's my new... If an old person ever says, I will hop on your shoulders, and they're above 80, I'm going to say, no thanks, Buster. That's what I'm going to say. All right. You actually, somehow you just got me to the other side of that fence. I think you just did something to my brain. You sent you sent a Jedi mind trick over or something. I'm not sure what it was. But I wish Teddy were here.
Me too.
To speak for himself.
I just wish he were here.
Yeah, just to be here.
Yeah, he seems like a good hang.
He does seem like a good hang. Teddy, tell me about the war or whatever you guys used to do.
Have you hung out with a lot of old people?
Not really. Old people are they're probably more of a good hang than most people realize. That's what I would say. Because I think old people, they have a lot of experience, and they actually do have a lot to give to you if you ask them the right stuff. Like if you try to pull it out of them, they could probably give you a lot. You just don't realize it.
Why do you think you've not hung out with a lot of old people?
It's just not my circle. Just haven't popped into my circle. I think if I was an older person, they would naturally come into my life. It's like how I don't hang out with 10-year-olds either. It's probably the same thing.
I think that's a different reason. I don't know about that.
But you usually do end up around your general age group. I feel like most of the time you're not hanging out with people way older than you. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've... Last time I hung out with an older person, hung out, I don't even know. Probably never. Somebody that's 60, 65, 70, probably never.
Let's see.
That's crazy. Now that I think about it, that's actually kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Do you hang out with older people?
All the time.
Good for you. Like a conscious decision, or...
I mean, no, we're just at the same bar, but,
Oh, see, now if we can include that, then, maybe I've done that.
No, old people rip. Everybody should spend more time with old people.
I was thinking, if I invite an old person to hang, if we, say, hey, let's hang out. But if it's, they're just around, yeah, old people rip. They're awesome. I agree with that. Old people are awesome, and they're probably a lot cooler than younger people even. You could make that... I think old people don't get the credit they deserve. I don't even think that's controversial. I think that's just true. I think old people get a lot of hate, just like young people. Actually, I had and I think that there's this idea of a generational war that's drilled into everyone's brains. Everybody generation hates each other and nobody can get along, and that's the wrong thing to be telling everybody. I had the rapper John Connor on this podcast a long time ago. It's episode 88, and that was something he said. It's old people and young people, they're always told not to get along. But if they communicated properly, they could learn from each other so much. And I think that's a really smart thing. It's a wise thing to say. If old people and young people could just actually get along with each other. But instead, it's always them saying these people don't understand. The old people say the young people are weird, and this new generation is all completely wrong. And then the young people say the old people are weird, and they don't understand anything, and... It's just basically they're saying the same exact thing about each other. It's just a lesson for humanity in general. Everybody just likes not to get along, I feel like. It's kind of a funner thing to do. It's easy to trick people into thinking they're not getting along, I should say. Because I think in person everyone gets along. But I think you can make people think they're not getting along.
I think old people have a lot more time to not be interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
They forget how to be... Have you ever had a conversation with somebody that talks about their trip to going to the grocery store? Like,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah, I
dude.
have. Yes. I actually have. Yes. Yes. Or, like, that's a great point. There's young people like that, though. There are, like...
they're boring as shit, too, but they're in
Yeah.
a different way.
Yeah.
You have to make a decision to be interesting. You're boring by default. Everybody's boring by default.
Yeah, I hate when someone starts telling me a story about, like, something that's happening at their work, but they don't have a way to make it sound interesting. Like, some people just are really bad at that. They'll throw, like, 10 names at you that you don't know. And it's like, you can't even follow the story. They just don't understand storytelling, this person that's telling you this story. And so it's actually just, it makes me hate my life. I've been through this many times. And it's not even their fault, because like you said, it's the natural. That's what you should be, is boring. You shouldn't. The story shouldn't be entertaining.
I didn't say you should be boring. I said you will be.
You
boring.
will be unless you try.
Yeah, you gotta. So is that a story from work? Listening to other people's stories from work?
That is a thing that happened to me, but I shouldn't reveal who it is that I'm thinking of. It is a person in my life.
Do your coworkers listen to the pod?
I don't think so. Maybe sometimes. There's a coworker who I've said things about on this podcast that I probably shouldn't have said. There's a certain coworker I have.
We should clip that.
Yeah, right.
We should clip that.
Send it over to him.
Yeah.
Make it go viral. He has done some wild things. He's just somebody, sometimes there's people in life who they surprise you with the choices they make, and they're so out there, and so like
Can you get more specific?
I'm trying really hard to be like politically
I'm
correct.
having trouble understanding what you want.
Like if this guy does something, it's always like so I've told him before, you should be on a reality show, because he's one of those people who like makes a mountain or out of a molehill. Like he'll always make this giant thing out of things, and he'd be perfect for if you had a bunch of cameras on him and you just followed him around, you egged him on a little bit, you poked him with the stick. That would be the way to do a show with this guy, and he's probably always doing crazy. He's always one of those people. He's always perpetually trying to quit drugs. Like, oh, I'm gonna quit tomorrow, but like not in like a depressing way, but in a more like oh, I'm gonna quit in a couple of days. And then every single day, this guy is doing I was gonna say mushroom gummies. He's doing weed gummies like every single day, but he's always gonna quit. And also, he's got to stop wasting his money. But also, he's got to go to the casino. But also, he's got to stop doing this. But also. And, he said some really wild things to me that I'll tell you right after this camera turns off. I really can't say. I want to say it so bad. He blows me away. Do you ever have people like that in your life where you're like, you actually can't believe what they say to you? You're like surprised by the lengths to which they surprise you with. It makes you realize how humanity actually is. Like, it's crazy. You can't predict it. People are wild. People really are wild. Coworkers tend to be like that. You tend to find them in the work world. In the world where you least expect it. They just stumble into your life. You're like, wow, you are not what I expected.
Oh, I love the weak-willed and the chatty Cathys.
Yeah.
You get good stories. You get. By comparison, I'm a great guy. I'm not a spring chicken, but I fucking look at George over there. He's 305 pounds and he's eating a Snickers, and he's going, yeah, you don't know, my diabetes is flaring up. I don't know what I can do better. It's like, fucking put down the Snickers, dog.
Yeah.
But then you can tell that to the person that you're with and be like, yeah, look at George. I'm doing great by comparison.
Yeah, which is the better reaction. That's the non-hater reaction. That's the non-hater reaction right there. It's just, and that's why I just find it all as entertainment. I don't even get upset. I've seen people get upset with this person, but I just think it's all good fun. Like, you really have to learn to find the fun in life. I think like the comedy and the reason people fall into comedy, the reason that comedy is such a thing is mostly that it is finding the joy in all these random things and learning to, and I think comedy is the outlet for that. For people who don't do comedy, it's going to comedy shows and listening to comedians, you know, it's finding the joy in all these random things, you know, because there's no limit to that, you know, you really can just go as far as you want with it.
Yeah, here's another thing you can do if you feel so inclined. Make bets about it.
Ooh.
Somebody has no self-control. Over under 5 days before he's back on his edibles.
That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, at least that makes the stories more tolerable.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're doing that with this guy I just mentioned, you're gonna lose that bet. He's doing the edibles as you're doing the bet. It's not gonna work for him. He's never actually quitting. But if you did it with just people in general, that's a really fun thing to bet on. Like, this guy has a habit. He says he's going to quit it. Let's see what happens. Even on like relationships, that'd be fun. They're going to break up within a month. I bet you $500. Parlay, this other couple's also going to break up. I'll put another 500 on it, you know. You could do two couples at once, you know. 4 birds, 1 stone.
Whoa.
That's fun.
I'm a one woman kind of guy, thank you.
One woman?
Yeah.
Monogamy?
No 4 women here. Yeah.
I'm saying 4 birds as in 2 couples.
I know
2
what
couples,
you're saying.
4 birds.
I know what you're inferring, sir.
Oh.
So what's something we should be betting on about your life?
That's a fun question. Let's see. If they were betting on me, I would hope it'd be something good. See, I worry they would bet on something I wouldn't want, like, oh, is he gay? Which is not something I want them betting on about me. I am not gay, I swear. But what else?
No, you just have pretty eyes.
I have pretty eyes, and I have feminine qualities, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's good to be feminine, I think. You know what? Chicks dig that. Anyway, what else? If you were to bet on me, I don't know, man. That is like a really tough question, because it would be something that would have to be actually like debatable. And I wouldn't want it to be like a vanity thing. Like, oh, he's going to be like famous by this. I would want it to be like a personal thing. Oh, I'm going to die within 3 years. That's fun. Am I going to die within 3 years? Yes or no? That's a fun bet.
Do we have reason to think you will?
Maybe. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
I
Maybe you could extend it. Maybe do 5 years.
I mean, no, you said 3 for a reason.
Well, 27. I was thinking by 30.
If you're alive by 30, it's a miracle.
I mean, 27 club. You could even do a year. It might be this one. It might just be me.
I mean, do you own a shotgun? Are you a part of a band called Nirvana? What is going on?
I never have been, but I mean, and I've never had tendencies, but I would say that, like, it's a fun concept to, like, bet on this person's going to die by this time. If you were going to bet on anything about a person, I would say, like, he's going to live within 3 years. And if I'm consenting to this, you may bet on this. I'm not. I think that makes it way less immoral. Like, if I tell you you're allowed to bet on when I'm going to die, I actually think all the immorality's out the window now because I said it was fine. Because normally it would probably not be cool.
All right, follow-up question. Do you want kids?
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get started, right?
I mean, no, I mean, then that changes my... I would think... I'm guessing 46. Kids don't add up to all they're chalked up to be. That's my guess. That's my bet.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, you think they're the best thing, and then I don't know, they're kind of yappy.
So that's your number for me? Like my age, I'm gonna die? 47?
Yeah, 46.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, I'm cool with that, actually, because that gives me a good 19 years from right now. I'm fine with that. I feel like I have a lot to do in 19 years.
You got time.
And honestly, 46, I don't want to live to be too old.
Yeah, you'll still be relatively hot.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking attraction. I was thinking like legacy. But that's a great point. No wrinkles yet.
You don't want to be the one at an open casket and it's like It looked like they put clown makeup on you.
It's a great point. That happens to a lot of us. Yeah, you're right. I want to stay pretty, stay young. So yeah, 40, 46.
46.
Okay. I get to do you, right?
I never said that.
Oh, come on. I'm going to do it anyway. So I feel like for you...
I love how you said, "Oh, it's the moral thing to do." After I give permission, it's morally okay. Then you're like, "I don't give a shit about permission." All right,
you're right. Well,
no.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go because I already set the stage.
All right.
I'm gonna say, you got time, dude. You strike me as the kind of person who you're gonna be a cool old guy. You're actually going to make it into cool old guy years, and people are going to like you a lot the older you get. You'll age like a wine. They'll be like, whoa. And you'll actually like, you think your career is going to blossom now, but actually give it like 20 years, and it's just going to hit out of nowhere. And then you're going to ride that out for like another 40, and probably then just retire. You'll probably make it to like 84, dude. That's what I think. You're going to make it. You're going to make it far.
Oh.
Yeah. To the point where you're like, just get it over with already. You're probably gonna get that that point.
I'm there.
Yeah, you
I
think
was
that
there
now.
2 years ago.
You just wait.
Fuck.
It gets better, it gets better.
I don't know about that.
Do you remember that whole "it gets better" thing from like 2012, 2011?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, they're like, we just have to run a TV ad. That'll stop suicide.
I never liked that Logic song for the same reason. It made me mad because it's like the whole song, how it goes is, "Oh, I'm depressed. I'm calling the suicide hotline." The suicide hotline girl sings back, "No, it's okay. Life's good." And then he goes, "You know what? Yeah, life's good." That's this whole song. Wouldn't that be nice if that's how that went? That was how you cured suicide. If you just, they felt bad, they call, and then all of a sudden they feel good. That is, it's a sweet sentiment, but it is such an oversimplification that it actually annoys me. Like, there's no way it's that simple. It's being depressed is a tough thing. You can't just have one sweet lady on the suicide hotline just solve this person's entire life. That's not how it goes.
No
way.
I mean, I feel like you'd be more convincing if he called in and she was like, when you die, you're gonna explosively shit yourself and bleed through your eyeballs, and nobody's gonna want to look at your corpse. And then you'd be like, well,
think logically here, okay?
Hey, come
think
on,
logically here.
I see what you did there, and I don't like it.
But I really just think like that your approach is good. You really should just tell the person all the reasons that they shouldn't do it that make sense. Like, hey, maybe don't do that because, I don't know, like, if you were to do such a thing, it would be pretty embarrassing for the person that finds you. That would be embarrassing. I'm pretty sure or just not a good time. You ever think about that? The people who have to find people who commit suicide always sucks. There was, I want to say it was, I can't remember his name. I think it's the guy Hunter S. Thompson. I think he committed suicide. I might be thinking of somebody else. But they committed suicide upstairs, and, like, there was something about it where it's like, they made a big mess, and then the kids, of course, have to come upstairs and clean up the mess. Don't commit suicide in the house. That's the whole point. Why would you commit suicide upstairs in the house where your kids live? Do it outside. There's so many things where it's like finding the person who committed suicide would be awful. Actually, now that I think about it, just don't put that on your family at all. Just never do it at home. Just never do it at home if you have a family. Just don't do that. Just go outside. Man, like, that's such a terrible thing. I had a friend that happened to him. His dad committed suicide, and his brother found him. And, dude, I can just only imagine. Like, downstairs, you just go downstairs, and whoop-de-doo, there it is. You're never getting that one out of your brain. Ever, ever, ever. That one's drilled in forever and ever. Just go outside. Just go outside. That's my other advice is don't do it. My other advice is, the pretty girl in the hotline saying life is beautiful, and don't do that. Yeah. And I do truly think there's a million things to live for, and life finds a way to always reinvigorate itself and turn around. And I think when you see people who have these awful circumstances and they live through them. I mean, that's the ultimate testament to survival and like the beauty of life. But it is easy to get sucked into that pit of depression. So I try to have sympathy for such struggles because, of course, I mean, any of us, it can happen to any of us for any reason. So yeah. And again, finding joy in these things, folks. Because some people really do just go downstairs and find their parents dead. That's sad. That's really sad. I can't imagine finding any dead person ever. And you know what? That's like why I can't imagine going to war. Can you imagine seeing a dead person? Like, that's people who go to war, they just see dead people.
Yeah.
Of course you're traumatized. Can you imagine seeing a dead person ever? Like, I bet you probably remember if you ever saw a dead. Have you seen a dead person?
Plenty.
Oh, well, there you go. Where do you see dead people? Do you have like a sixth sense or something you're not telling me about?
No, I've been to hospitals.
Oh, but you don't straight up see them there, do you? Where do you see the dead people at the hospital? Usually don't see them. Usually they're covering them up and they wheel them away, if anything. They're just going past you. Is that what you're counting? You counting that?
This whole last like 2 minutes was a lot. I'm gonna have to. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all tracking.
Blue makes sense, right?
Blue, dark blue, light blue.
If I had to pick, just blue. I mean, baby blue, if that makes sense. Like light blue, strong blue. Like maybe like if there was neon blue, like what this blue is here, probably a strong blue, like a bold blue.
Okay,
that's what I would say. A blue that like speaks to me. Maybe like the sky, actually.
And what's your least favorite colored person?
Orange.
Oh.
And I've never really had to answer that question before. Just because. You don't really see it in nature.
No.
It's not a natural color. It's just kind of a bad color. Bad color, yeah, orange. How about you? I'd like to hear your answers.
About my least favorite colored person?
And of course, yeah.
I mean, I think we could probably start with Kanye, but it feels inappropriate.
Really? Your least favorite one?
I mean, he is literally a Nazi.
Yeah, that's actually probably a good choice. I'm trying to think if I had a better answer. You know Jesse Lee Peterson on YouTube?
No.
He'd probably be a fun answer. He's a fun guy. But I can't think of any like other ones. I think he's one of those people who's like, you can't tell if he's being serious. I'm pretty sure it's like, I don't think it's a bit. I think it's really who he is. And he's obviously leaning into the controversial thing, and he's obviously leaning into the like self-loathing black guy thing. Like, but at the same time, he probably does believe those things to an extent. There was one, I can't remember how long ago it was, but Tom Segura had him on his podcast, On Your Mama's House. It was probably like a year or two ago. Because this whole thing is he just says ridiculous stuff. He says such ridiculous things. He's hate farming is what he's doing. He's trying to get people mad.
You know, I asked that question as a joke, but you answered the hell out of it. You're just like, I have one. I mean,
you made me really think also I don't even think I hate him.
I didn't make you do anything, good sir.
You got me to. You got me to think about it because I've never. I also would caveat that with Charlemagne the God makes me mad. Charlemagne the God does make me mad, but that's just because I really think he hates white people. I'm pretty sure he hates white people because you see him have on like. As a white rapper, like he'll have on Post Malone, he'll have on other people, and Post Malone's a really good example because he always hated Post Malone, and the only reason that would make sense is because he's white. Like it doesn't make any sense. Everybody around him is always like confused by how mean he's being to him. It's like, and he's notorious for saying things to white rappers about. And not even to say that there's not truth to asking those types of questions, but oh my God, I would hate to be in front of Charlemagne. Oh my God. I think Logic got interviewed by him once. Any white rapper, you're just doomed if you're in front of Charlemagne. He's going to try to corner you. So, and it's just what it is. I remember when Charlemagne interviewed Joe Biden. That was fun. That was the whole, everybody remembers it. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That was that. He said that to Charlemagne.
Oh yeah.
That was golden. That whole interview is just so silly. I mean, oh, dude. Politics in general, that's another thing. If you look at life comedically, it's actually funny. I mean, the place we're at, it's all... If it's a movie and it's comedy, it's a good comedy movie. It's so ridiculous that it's actually funny. Like, basically, the last 8 years are... A lot of people like to point out Idiocracy. You see that one a lot, comparing the modern world to Idiocracy. Because in many ways, we are just so ridiculous. It's amazing. It's so funny, too, because it's so hard to think of it relatively. Like, to put yourself 10 years ago and to go back and try to... Imagine telling yourself 10 years ago, this is what the world's going to look like in 10 years from now. You could never really explain it. You could try, but it would take you probably a good 5-10 minutes. There's so much stuff to say. 15, 20 years, it's like, oh my God, the magnitude of difference. It's weird.
Do you have a hard time with silence?
No, I just talk a lot.
That's just
Yeah. Do you have a hard time with silence?
No, I love silence. I like to use it.
I would say it's not that I don't like silence. It's that you like to use it. Exactly. There's a time and a place for silence, I would say. Right? Like, if I have someone around me, I will keep going. But if I'm by myself, I do not need anything. I need nothing at all. Then silence is fine. Yes. Like, I don't know, though.
Why do you think it is that socially silence makes you uncomfortable, but in the context of being alone, it's completely normal?
I wouldn't say it makes me uncomfortable. Because, I mean, like, if I was sitting with someone and we're both not making any sound at all, that would make me uncomfortable. I would just say that I would be stimulated by the presence of someone else to the point where I'm going to speak. More so that. Like, it's not even the fact that I would be uncomfortable if there were silence. I really wouldn't even care. Especially if there weren't a camera on and we weren't doing a thing. Like, if we weren't doing something and I didn't feel like there was motion that had to, like, things had to keep moving somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even like that's really bad, but just that if that weren't the case, it's a lot easier to just stop. Naturally, yeah. And then, that's an interesting thing with comedy. You could even tie that back to that, where it's like a lot of early comics, you can see them rush a lot more. That's a thing where, like, finding timing and sitting in silence is something people have to figure out over time, because that's not a natural... I think naturally you want to get everything out, and it's harder to actually slow down and do that. Yeah. But I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable. I really don't even mind it. I'm just bad at it. To the point where I'll talk myself into a corner and then find a way to, like, try to make it make sense. I'll be like, this has got to be going somewhere. I'm Michael Scotting my way through life, Like, I don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere.
You'll get somewhere. I get that.
I mean, like, to turn it around on you, man. I mean, like, what do you even do comedy for? Like, why do you keep doing it? What is it that attracts you to comedy?
I think I like getting paid in beer.
Ooh.
Yeah, you get one free beer typically when you perform. And maybe $15.
Yeah.
And if you do that enough, you get a habit.
Yeah.
So.
And then maybe one day you'll make more than $15, maybe.
Let's not get crazy.
It's not get crazy. 20? 25? 25, maybe.
Again, let's not get crazy.
You don't even want to get more than one free drink, because then you're that guy. You don't even want to go that far.
No, I would never. No, I love doing comedy because you can make a room full of people confused, excited. You can do a lot of funny things with the ability to basically make them have to be silent for a half hour and a half,
yeah,
depending on the show. I think my favorite thing is when I start out with a premise that people hate the words and noises that I'm making and don't want to listen. And then I end it and they're laughing because they can't help but to. I don't... And maybe this is self-perception, but I don't necessarily think that every room I enter is going to see me as a friendly face. And I don't need to.
Yeah.
And that, because you see good-looking comics and you're like, I don't trust that you're actually good at comedy. People just like you because you're pretty.
Yeah.
I don't worry about that. I know what I look like. I've looked in a mirror. I look weird. And so if I can make somebody who starts out going, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing, and ends crying into his soup, then I've done my job. And that rules.
Yeah. So it is winning over the room in a way then.
I mean, kind of, but you don't really need to.
Yeah.
If you can get people stepping into your rhythm.
So how do you do that? Like, what is the method to doing that? Is it like we were saying before about like being real and just getting them to engage with that? Like just being yourself? Is it like that sell? Like what is it that gets people to the room to get with you? You know, what is it? What does it take to do that?
Tension. For me, tension.
Tension.
I mean, you can feel it a little bit. I'm staring at you. And I know you feel like you're being watched because you are. And
I think that'd be a good shirt. I'm staring at you. I know you're feeling like you're being watched because you are.
Yeah.
I think if you're ever gonna do merch, dude, that's a good direct. The whole staring angle is a good way to go.
Oh, I have merch. It's my face on my chest, staring at them as well.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's great, dude. I'm glad you're going all the way. That's good.
I know who I am.
Yeah. But just the tension that you're creating, you think that people feel that and they start to understand it the more and more it goes on.
Well, so it starts with tension.
Okay.
It starts with letting the room experience you and you not experience the room. People, when you go up onto a stage and don't say anything for 5 to 15 seconds, which is what I like to do, I just sit there and I look at everyone and you can feel it. There's a bit of tension in the air, and then you unravel sentences in a way where every word gives you a little something towards where you're going, but not everything.
Okay.
Because people don't pay attention after you've given them what they want, after they know where something is going. The surprise is a big part of why people like comedy. You know, it's the punchline a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, if I start a sentence in a way where you know let me tell you my work story. You know to tune out. It's not going to be crazy. Let me tell you this crazy story about what my friend did to my other friend. And nobody gives a shit.
Right.
But if you set up a dynamic where your words add value every step of the way, it gets people hanging on them, right?
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to wrap my mind around that with comedy. Because with music, that makes perfect sense to me. Like if I'm applying that to songwriting or poetry, immediately that makes perfect sense. Even I guess if you were to apply it to writing literature, it makes perfect sense. Because that's what a lot of the times you'll hear, like, if you're going to write a book, it's the first page that matters the most. It's the first chapter that matters the most.
You want a hook? Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, it's giving them a reason to want to read more.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just give them the whole thing. You have to string people along. It's about it's word economy. That's what it is. But I imagine doing that with jokes and doing that within such a structure would just be such a different animal. It's so different at that point because everything's so contextual. Like, of course it is, naturally. Like, every word you say. And, I think, like, you could easily butcher a joke just by forgetting 2 steps along the way.
Yeah.
You didn't plant those seeds, and now it doesn't make as much sense when you get to the end. Like, all these things, And I think, like, when you do that, what you just said, when you have such intentionality, it's so noticeable. People really do notice it because it just sticks out. Because most people don't try that hard. Most people just do the thing, and they don't think about every single word and the structure of everything and how it's supposed to, what the audience is thinking and what this is going to mean. Most people aren't going that far in their mind. It's really usually as simple as, I'm up here telling jokes. I've even heard a lot of people say, like, to not over intellectualize things, and I think there's truth to that. But yeah, you do need to think in the mind of the audience. You need to learn to do that, and then only give them so much, and to lead them in the right directions, and to make them to get them with you rather than ahead of you, I suppose, right?
Well, I mean, you don't need to I think intellectualizing is everybody that does comedy successfully understands the emotion behind any given word.
Okay.
I mean, on some level, anybody that is successful knows, why poo and shit mean different things in your head.
Naturally.
It might not be, one of those external thoughts that you've ever had, but inherently you've done enough bad jokes to know that the good jokes are the ones that include something a little bit different. An unexpected word, a phrasing that's funny. You can feel it. It's intuitive. Everybody has that. I mean, that's why you laugh, because you don't expect something, right?
Yeah.
I think if you are trying to analyze comedy, the only person you can, like, really analyzes yourself. Like, I can analyze my own comedy, but I don't know what anybody else's. Like, I feel like sometimes you'll see people trying to study, tell me why this is funny. And everybody kind of knows it's funny. You don't necessarily need somebody to tell you why this is, like, why is Bill Burr funny? It's like, because he's angry. No, there's more than that. Well, because he does good act outs. He has, like, there's some inherentness to it that you don't need to be the smartest person in the room to be the best comic. In fact, it usually is not that way. You just have to be in tune.
In tune. In tune is a good way to put it. That is a very good way to put it. See, like, the main difference, because I could make a million comparisons between comedy and music, or comedy and rap even. But, like, one of the major differences, I think, with comedy from every other art form is that, what you just said, being in tune. Because if you're not in tune, it's just so noticeable. You can't ignore it. With music or something along those lines, where it's not so interactive with the audience. I mean, comedy is an exchange. Whereas if I'm going up there, I'm reading a poem, I'm doing a song, I'm doing a performance, whatever. It's not, I'm trying to get a laugh. I'm trying to get you to react every 20, 30, 40 seconds. That's a whole different thing. And if I fail at doing that, it's so noticeable. So yeah, I think being in tune is, a great way to put it. And you don't have to be smart or overthink it to be in tune either. Most people are able to be in tune while they're half sober. Most people aren't even there a lot of the time, and they still manage to be super funny. And man, you know what always blows my mind is how many comedians remember all their material while obviously drunk. I don't know how they do it.
You get enough reps and you can't forget your material.
Muscle memory.
Yeah. I had a friend ask me how I could. I told him I was doing like 15, 20 minutes on a show that night, and he was like, "Oh, do you do anything to prepare?" And I was like, "No, I got it. I might run some of the newer jokes once or twice in the car, but I know what I'm doing." And he's like, "How can you?" And I'm like, "I've done every single one of these jokes 1,000 times."
Yeah.
I think about the order of them. I think about the, like, how, when you just, like, it's an expression of you. Your jokes are an expression of you in a way. So, like, it's like, all right, well, how do you know you? Well, I gotta know me. It's something so sort of closely tied to your reality, your life, whatever it is.
Wow. Because, like, again, it makes me think of, like, songs that I've written where I'm surprised I remember them. Like, it'll be something I haven't went over in my mind for years and years and years. But I remember it because I wrote it. And I remember the ins and outs and, like, even the way stuff's supposed to be pronounced. Like, if there's a certain cadence to this particular part, I'll remember everything.
It's your word baby.
Yeah, it's my baby. It's my little word baby, exactly. And it's, like... It's hard to even that's such a good because I'm even like when I'm going to do a performance, like I only go over the set list maybe like 1 or 2 times really because I just know I know the songs. I almost don't even want to overdo it because then I've kind of spoiled the spontaneity and the magic in my mind. I went over it too much and now it's kind of lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and comedy, I bet that'd be really easy to do, to lose the magic by trying to go over it and perfect it. And you kind of need to keep things spontaneous to an extent, right? Like, even if something's not new, it still has to feel new to an audience, right?
I disagree.
You don't think so?
Well, so I think one thing, and this goes back to sort of how you look at it, being in tune. You build this catalog of jokes, right? And you find that the order of them can have a certain effect. Like, I do anywhere from 8 to 20 shows a month, which between 8 and 25 minutes of material each time. And it's mostly similar material. I can change. I mean, I have about 35 minutes of material that I could switch out. But I start the same way for a lot of it, and I end the same way for a lot of it. And the order matters. And you can build things. You can sense when things are different or off. And being present for every single one of those gigs every single month, that's what you're playing with. Because once you know the material, you have the material down. You have the rhythm of it down. You're building not just a collection of jokes, but something that's live, that's evolving, that's growing, and that is your personality. And sometimes you don't have all of the tools. So say I have a joke that is new, I might not have a line if they pull back that I can say, but I know that I need to develop it. Well, so, like, getting another layer of kind of, how does the audience respond to this kind of a joke versus that kind of a joke? How do like if somebody says this, what can I say in that scenario? Because I know that scenario is going to come up because I do this joke at this point in my set. And that gives you a structure to play with. I think spontaneity is fun and good, but if you're trying to do an hour, you'll wind up writing 44 dick jokes, and then it's like, oh, am I the dick guy now? Like, you gotta have a presence with your set that gives you the ability to understand it in a way that it works in all rooms.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been doing comedy for 2.5 years, but I've been in 3 different cities over the course. I started in Phoenix. I spent about 5 months in Michigan, and now I'm here in Chicago. Very different places, very different appetites for comedy, right?
Okay.
So something that's funny in the reddest room in Phoenix, which, you know, is gonna be pretty. I mean, Mesa, Arizona, that's Trump's America.
Yeah.
But your job is to make people laugh and like you and follow you and want to. So, like, how do you get that to translate to the blues room in Chicago?
Right.
And you can. It's possible. But you have to know yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's probably like a certain amount of universality. Just like not so much leaning into whatever this particular place's politics is and just being funny and just focusing on what's universally funny about this and not trying to pick a side so much. Because I think that's the easy thing to do is if you're in one place to, oh, well, this room's going to like it if I probably go this way. And I think the better thing to do is to have the joke that's going to work in both rooms. You could take it here or all the way across the country. In either way, it's going to be a funny joke. You know, but it's easy to lean with the tide and go with whatever way it's moving, you know. And I think it's the harder thing is to just be funny and have that work no matter where you go, you know, not try to target either side or make anybody. It's a joke. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be having fun, you know.
I think you want to be yourself.
Yeah.
And whatever that is funny.
Yeah.
If you're a political comic, you want to make jokes that are good enough that people that voted the other way will still at least enjoy the show.
That's what I think, yeah.
And I think that's one, writing good comedy, and 2, being authentically true to yourself. You have to, because like pandering, you get so fucking tired. Couldn't listen to myself if it was like I had to do like, think about what does Oklahoma think? What does Arkansas think? What does Chicago think? I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna joke about the things. If they don't like it, there's other jokes in there that are weirder or that they'll probably wind up breaking on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think that, like, it really, it's not even about winning people over. It's really not about, like, I think if you're going to be yourself, or at least go a little far with, like, if you're trying to be funny, if your goal is to really be funny, and you think something's funny, like, obviously there are boundaries, obviously there's lines, we all know this. But I think, like, there is also a whole lot of just, you're never going to win over so many people. So many people don't like you from the moment they saw you, and they won't like you. And it doesn't matter. And that's okay.
That felt personal.
You notice how my eye contact got really good for a second?
Yeah, that was when you were seeing clearly.
But really, though, I mean, I've just felt that so many times throughout life where it's like, with rap, with making the music I make. so many people aren't going to like what I make, no matter how hard I try, no matter how poetic I think I'm being, no matter how well I think I crafted this verse, whatever it is. I might spiritually like break through and get to the other side of reality, and then I show it to someone else and they hate it. It could be as simple as that. And they were never going to like it, and that's totally fine, because it's, you know, I think it's more about tapping into those people who really do resonate with you. And I think like the more and more you put yourself out there and get into that rhythm of things, the more and more naturally that tends to happen anyways. You know, you do kind of feel that, catch that room and find that vibe and ride that wave so much more often when you've... I think it's kind of like what you were describing a moment ago. Like, you kind of just remember the rhythms of things. Like, oh, this word's funnier than this word, and this choice is better than this choice. All that stuff just blends together into one thing eventually after you do that for thousands of hours or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just put yourself through such torture. How long would you, like, if someone came up to you right now, said, hey, I want to film a special with you, let's do it at this best venue you could possibly think of, how long do you think the special would be? You think you got a good hour in you, a good hour and a half even, maybe, if you wanted to film a whole 90 minutes? You think you'd pull it off?
God, no.
No? You got an hour?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Half hour?
I could probably get a good 15.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. 15 is, I've noticed comics start with 15. I thought 15 was short for a special, but I've noticed that's not uncommon. I used to think specials had to be at least 30 minutes. I don't know why.
I am very far from filming a special.
Yeah. Mostly
because I know that there's better stuff coming, and you know, I don't necessarily think the passage of time is a good demarcation of skill, but I think there's levels to this, and knowing where you stand, I don't like the word talent, but skill-wise, allows you to be self-aware enough to know what you can and can't do, what you should and shouldn't do. Doesn't mean you shouldn't ask to do everything, but I'm not somebody that thinks that I'm ready to go tour the country with my Netflix special in the next year or two. I'm just bumbling around trying to get better one word at a time.
Yeah, which is good. There's a self-awareness in that. Yeah, for sure. You know, I've even, like, talking to, like, open mic comics, they'll say, like, just starting comedy, it always is refreshing to hear someone say to me, I don't want to get booked, I just want to go to open mics. Like, that's such a refreshing thing to hear, you know, because they actually want to get good at it. They don't want to get booked right away. That's such a great way to be thinking from the start, you know.
What do the other comics say on this podcast?
Just mean in general?
I mean, how far away there is everybody else from a special?
Oh, man. I've had people with specials on, actually. Let me think. Jason Melton did a good hour-long special on YouTube, which is impressive, isn't it? I mean, that was a couple of years ago now. I think he filmed it at the Legion where they do Power Hour.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's pretty cool. Joe Kilgallen I recently had on. He's got a couple specials on YouTube. And again, I want to say those are 15-minute specials. So Dana Norris, she has a whole show out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was interesting to talk to her about. Just all the red tape she had to go through to even get that thing on streaming services. Oh my God. Who else? I know there's more. I feel like there's one more literally just the last episode. Melvin Stewart, he just filmed his special and he just released it on YouTube. That is, he filmed it at Red Room. Nice. A lot of comics, I think, around the city have actually done little specials. Now that I think about it, or I guess whatever you want to call them, maybe not little specials, just specials. I mean, it's a big thing to drop a special. I feel like that's official. It's kind of like dropping an album as a rapper. It's putting it out there into the world, and then you kind of have to retire the material is the idea, I feel like, too. Or you can keep doing it, but it's almost like, there it is. What else am I going to do with it now? You got to move on.
Yeah.
The special is the moment that it is stamped into history forever, and now you're done with it. Yeah, so I feel like there's more that just aren't coming to me off the top of my head. There's got to be more people with specials. Oh, Jamie Schreiner. She's the other one I was trying to come up with. She's are you familiar with her at all?
Yeah.
She's fun. She's got a very fun brand of comedy.
Yeah,
so
I like
her special is great. It's just her talking for a couple minutes and then hopping into another one. You know, all her songs.
Yeah.
It's just fun watching her set them up.
That is
How's she gonna lead into the cow one? Let's see.
So, do you do we've been on Roast Battle. Do you do comedy independent of music?
No. Not even a little bit, which is kind of the funniest
Never
part.
got up to do an open mic and we're like, let me tell some jokes.
Nope, not even once. And I feel like at this point it would actually probably be a bad move because people would realize like, oh, maybe he's not as talented as we thought. It would actually be bad. Because the thing is, I've 13 years I've done music.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at this. And I think I've always been good at it. But I think I can see the increase in my talent if I really look back. You know, we look at things through life with rose-tinted glasses. But I'm sure if you look back at your comedy from 2 years ago when you just started, like you probably in your memory, oh, this is all right. But then you look at it on a video and it's like, oh my God, turn that off. So with that being said, if I were to start comedy now, oh no, I'm not ready for that type of embarrassment. And
do you have a joke? I'm sure you've written it.
Yeah, I got a list on my phone.
Give me a joke.
Let me give you the list of my. Well, let me pull from my list on my phone. Every time I come up with something.
Give me your best joke.
My best joke.
Your number one.
That's pressure because I don't think I have a best joke, but I'm gonna try to find.
Do you want to? We could do worst joke too. Whatever you want, bud.
The thing is, like, I've never performed my jokes really, so I feel like to rank them would be. Like, immediately I'm setting myself up because if I say this is my best joke, then you're gonna think like you're gonna have an expectation, and like the truth is, I don't think any of them are the best.
What's your favorite joke?
I don't know. I don't think I really like. I can do one of these, but I don't think I tell jokes. So like, I think I'll say this is a joke that I wrote once. It is neither my best or my favorite. But this is like, I don't know how to I know nothing about joke structure. This is, like, I've observed comedians, but I don't actually know how to structure a joke. So I just like I saw a comedian once on a documentary, I think it was Eddie Murphy, maybe it was somebody else, and he had a bunch of sticky notes. And he said that if a joke is good, it should just be big enough to fit on a sticky note. If a concept is good, it shouldn't be any bigger than the sticky note. And I thought, that's probably good advice. So I try to follow that rule. So with that,
a lot of prefacing.
With all that being said, here's some of my jokes. Okay. So, hey everybody, my name is Ruse. Normally I'm a rapper, but I'm gonna tell a couple jokes tonight. So, being in Chicago, I moved here about, I want to say 2 years ago now. A round of applause for Chicago. There we go. Thank you, guys. How about the crackheads? Do we know crackheads in the audience? Of course we do. So this is something I thought about once, and I feel like there's a lot of truth to this. Yeah, anybody in the audience know a person who's smoked DMT? And this is my crowd work part. So maybe
yes,
you do. So you have a friend. You have a friend who smoked DMT? Is it you?
Roommate.
Now, this person who smoked DMT. Did he ever seem like he was in a whole other universe? Like you couldn't even get through to him?
Sure.
Like on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Now that's what I'm talking about, sir. We got DMT crackheads in this world. That is 2025. Now, DMT crackheads are a whole different breed, okay? This is not the type of person that does crack. This is someone who smokes DMT all the time. They basically inject it in their veins. Now, it's very similar to a regular crackhead. See, now this is the problem, is I'm just monologuing. I know nothing about structure. I know nothing about how to make this funny, but I know the concept of a DMT crackhead is very funny to me. Somebody who's like a crackhead, but it's really like they're just doing psychedelics all the time. Because those people definitely exist, and people do know what that is, if I could just find a way. See, now, this is why I knew this would be a train wreck as soon as you told me to tell the best joke.
Oh, no, this is my favorite.
I would bomb at an open mic so fast if I were to try to tell jokes. This is another one, a thing I thought was funny. So I was in Chinatown recently, and I was just thinking, like, would it be like a movie, like a kung fu movie, if a Chinese gang were to come at you? Like, would it be good if you knew kung fu? And then would it be, see, I already fucked it up. Like, really what it is I feel like a Chinese gang would know martial arts and kung fu, and that's really funny. Like, the Chinese gangs, I was just thinking about Chinese gangs and what would differentiate them, and then I thought, oh, they'd probably do, like kung fu, and they'd probably, like, huh?
Probably have a gun, too.
I'd like to think they wouldn't. I'd like to think they would keep it with the dojo, but you're right. They'd probably.
We're in America, man.
They just shoot
They're
people.
Everywhere.
I'm a fanatic. I'm a fantasy man. I was thinking.
You want Bruce Lee?
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome if it was just a bunch of like ninja gangbangers? That would be so funny to me. Just not even funny, just cool.
I mean, I'd rather not get jumped.
Or maybe not for guns. They would have the throwing stars instead of guns. They'd have throwing stars. That would be fucking sick.
Did you watch a lot of kung fu movies growing up? Is this what's happening?
Not even.
What?
Not even. I just think ninjas are funny. I think there's something. I don't even think ninjas are mostly real. I think most of the stuff we think about ninjas is probably like just myth. They didn't even look like that. I've read that, which makes sense. Like, why would they look like that? If all ninjas looked like ninjas, you'd know it's a ninja. So they'd always be dressing up different. They'd be in disguise. They wouldn't be dressed up like a ninja. And that bummed me out. Because think about it, and it just screws the whole thing up for ninjas. It's like, oh, so they didn't.
So many Halloweens, just looking like an idiot,
living like a lie. Next, you're gonna tell me mummies didn't look like that, pirates didn't look like that, Egyptians didn't look like that. What else? What else? People didn't have wooden teeth. That would suck. That's
no,
real.
actually, it's mostly slave teeth.
Slave teeth.
Yeah, they don't tell you that in the history. Real? But yeah,
no way.
Like George Washington, they would say it's like, yeah, he took sheep's teeth. No, it wasn't sheep's teeth.
That's not good. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, which is why Charlemagne the God hates white people, and we kind of have to be okay with it, dude.
Listen, I'm not. That's why I caveated all of that with there are perfectly legitimate arguments for the things that he's saying. I just think it gets exhausting the way he does it, because it's like he comes at people so hard sometimes. Like Post Malone, you gotta feel bad for the guy. Post Malone's like a
because he has face tattoos.
No, it's like it's the whole culture vulture argument. Like, again, I agree there is like a reason to come at somebody about all that. Hip hop has black roots. You could go that direction, but it's just to come at every single artist with that, bro. Come on, just
you could go at that. It was literally developed in the hood.
But the thing is, like, if I'm gonna respond to that with and I respect that, and I respect that, it was like if I respond to all of that with yes, I respect the roots of hip hop, and then you keep doing it, it's like, well, what are we even doing here now? Like, then it's just you're just talking in circles with somebody, and I feel like that's the vibe I get. That's why I got beef with Charlemagne, and I would love to talk with this man. I wonder what he would say, because I've heard him express.
Get him on the pod.
For real, dude? That would be. He's
probably
on the list. He's probably on the list. You think he would say yes? I don't think he would say. I'm trying to think like at what point of notoriety I'm at right now. I think I can get yeses from very low grade fame. I think I'm there.
Thanks, bud.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Very low.
As low as the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
No, but what I really mean is like somebody who like maybe people might know from like, because it's all a fucking social media game nowadays. That's how the whole thing works. It's just all so weird. Like, I don't know what popular even means. I've never known what it means. But like, I just mean I know how people think. And I know if I reach out to somebody, they look immediately at like follower count. Who does this person know that I know? It's all the things you're going to look at. It's just the way it works. So I think I could like, I try. One of the people on my list is Sean Evans from Hot Ones. He lives in the Chicago area, and he seems just open enough, like just a cool enough guy to where if I just had the right invite, I might be able to snatch him. I don't know. Like, what's the biggest comic you've worked with? Do you have one where you're like, damn, I can't even believe that? Is there one where you're like, wow, I'm surprised that happened?
Casey Rocket was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's skyrocketed into popularity. I mean, it's crazy how popular he's gotten so fast. Kill Tony in general, all the people who've boomed on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
when did that start for him? Like 2021?
I don't even know. I actually don't really watch Kill Tony.
How'd you meet him though, Casey Rocket?
I was on a festival with him.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I opened for him. It was awesome. He then took a prom picture with me.
Is that the one where like
That's
our
on
Teddy
my
thing?
Yeah.
Just like the Teddy thing.
Yeah, but he's young and pliable. Teddy is old and brittle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hosted for Jet Ski Johnson. From
She's great.
Bad Fans. Yeah, she fucking ripped. It was so much fun.
For what was it? I'm sorry.
I hosted a weekend with her at the Troy House of Comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fun. I like comics that are fun. She's very fun. Like she's just seems it doesn't like she's few people come off like so natural like that. I think she's one of those few people where it's like, yeah, her personality is just probably carved out for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and you never really got into Kill Tony at all? Not really. You know?
I mean, I know what it is. I see the clips occasionally, and inevitably within 5 minutes of getting off stage, somebody says that I need to go up on Kill Tony and do the minute, and I go, okay, do you know somebody at Kill Tony? And they say, no, but you should do it, and that's the end of that conversation.
I mean, even if you know somebody, I don't think there's any strings to be pulled, because I've heard them say...
Oh, that's not true.
You think you... Oh, do you know?
If this is conjecture, nothing, dog. I reveal nothing.
I think you've said just enough. I am not surprised to hear such a thing if that were true, because it almost seems too good to be true. Some things that happen there, but there's got to be a lot of randomness at the same time. I mean, obviously, people go on Kill Tony all the time, and they are randomly pulled. But I see there must be.
I mean,
it's everything in the world. If you know somebody type of thing. That has
you ever
to
been
happen.
to an open mic where it's just like bad comedy after bad comedy for like 4 hours? You would never watch that again. I mean, I've been to this. We're in Chicago. Chicago's a good city. There are other scenes where you could spend all night and not hear a punchline.
So you think that it's too good to be true, the amount of comics that do well? Like it would have to be a little curated, or at least...
No, I mean, I think that you have some crazies in the crowd, or that, and then you have some people vouch for it, and that's just... I mean... It's like any given night, any given entertainment, you gotta at least make sure that there's a reason for people to stick around.
Right. And I mean, it's kind of like in line with professional wrestling in that if that were the case, you don't ever say that. You would never ever go out and say that we do this, because that would kill the magic of the entire thing. The audience can't know that's happening. That just would make the whole thing feel... Yeah, but you're right. I mean, especially with the amount of success the show has, you kind of you don't know it, but you'd rather have that happen. Yeah, because it just most people haven't sat through open mics.
No, I don't recommend it.
Oh, I think it's not gonna come to my mind who exactly I was talking to, but we were talking about. If you were to take a child to an open mic, like an 8-year-old, how quickly would a child get corrupted at an open mic? It would happen pretty fast. There's just so much degeneracy and just general, because it's not curated at all. So it's just everything. You're just getting exposed to everything all at once, which is... And there's a lot of mediocrity and everything, but there's also just insanity. There's all kinds of stuff. I've seen things at open mics that I definitely would not see anywhere else.
I mean, we could answer that question. Some lady brought her child to the open mic portion of the show last night. Yeah, they locked him in the green room. And then I think the kid was actually with the dad in the room for at least some of her set. And I said that we need to call CPS.
That's a night you probably want a babysitter. You know, because, like, even for the comics, that's just why. It was Emma Dallenberg. That's who it was. And also, that's who I had that conversation with. But also, it reminds me of Red Room. One time I was at Red Room, and I remember there was a baby. There was a crying baby in the room. Very interesting thing. I think someone made the joke, like, that baby's first word is going to be a slur.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what happens. You put your baby around a bunch of comedians. It's just bad things are going to be thrown around that baby's ears, that baby's fragile ears. You do not need that baby in a comedy club. That is nuts. Keep babies out of comedy clubs, just in general. Just don't do that. Yeah, I don't think you could enforce that rule, but I do think it's a good thing to live by. I don't think babies belong in clean comedy is clean comedy for a reason. I guess you could just say that much, right? Like, just think, oh my God, you could corrupt a child so fast. And at an open mic, holy moly. Even, I guess, at a regular comedy night, though. Like, would you say that the open mic after, because last night it was, you performed at, it was Vic Pangia's thing at the Den.
Yeah,
his late night
comedy bar, late night mic.
What was the vibe at that open mic, though? Because every open mic's different.
I mean, so it's a decently curated, because it's a full show, and then afterwards they do a raffle where they pick, I think, maybe 10 or 15 people to go up. So, you know, I'm sure it's completely random, but there's usually some pretty good comics that are open micing there.
Yeah.
And the crowd usually sticks around. So, yeah, they got to see a lady lock her kid in the green room and do comedy.
That's like not that far off from locking your kid inside of a car. Just in terms of morality. It's just, that's pretty funny. Again, if you're looking at life as a comedy, it's funny that someone would think to do such a thing. Like, to me, it's funny that someone would not even have a second thought, like what others might think or how that might look. Like, they're just their first thought was, I can't. It's like, I gotta do what I gotta do. That's just the only thing they probably thought. I gotta do what I gotta do. Kid's coming. Maybe that kid is gonna grow up and be really funny. Maybe the kid's gonna grow up and absorb all of this and be really funny.
No, that kid's gonna grow up and resent their mother.
Far more likely. But I'm thinking positive. I'm trying to stay on the bright side.
I mean, I was thinking I need to go in there and get my stuff, because that's where all of my stuff was, because I was on the show. But then I had to think that breaking into a locked room that has a child in it isn't the best look for a guy wearing overalls in his 30s. You know?
Yeah. Good thing you are a self-aware man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what you look like. Yeah. As you said before.
What do I look like?
Hey, I'm using your words.
What do I look
earlier
like,
you
Mr.
said
Ruse? No, tell me.
I am not implying you look like anything. Earlier you said, in your words, I know what I look like, after we talked about the staring and the t-shirt, and I was repeating your line back to you. But if I were to tell you what you look like, I would say a handsome man that maybe in a different world you could have been like a plumber or a lumberjack, maybe both. I feel like if I was casting you for Hollywood, I could get some ideas. You could be a mafia guy. You would probably play the mafia role pretty well, actually. If you were like fake Italian, I think you could pull it off. I don't know why, but I'm seeing that in your face right now. Okay. Like if you had a suit on and you just stood, maybe if you would you ever slick your hair back if for a scene? I feel like you with your hair slicked back, you might look like a whole different dude. I think that's it. Like for a mafia, if you were the mafia character, we'd slick your hair back, we'd keep the beard, Yeah. And then do you have Italian? You don't do accents, do you? If you have Italian, that's perfect for the role.
Do you know someone in Hollywood?
I wish, dude. I actually wish. I wish I could do movies and stuff. You ever want to do movies? You ever think about acting? I would want to.
I mean, for all of the casting directors watching, yes.
I don't know how good at it I would be, but I think it would be really fun. I think the problem, like I've heard Mark Norman talk about casting for movies, and I think that he is convinced himself that his voice, like that's like a problem for him, like the way that he is. But then I saw someone say to him once, like that would make people want to cast him more. I think that's probably the case. But like, yeah, like I don't know how well I could like switch up my whole everything. That's the problem. I don't know how much I'd be playing myself and how much I could actually act. That's probably where it gets bad. Like, have you ever acted before at all? You ever done any acting in your life?
I mean,
other than being on stage in a comedic context, I should say.
I mean, I've been acting happy for a long time.
So you have a lot of experience then.
Yeah.
I think you'd be good at this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I also think I'd be good at this.
Yeah. I mean, like, do you think that if you were an actor, you'd get typecasted in a certain role? Like, do you think that you'd have a certain role you'd play best? And if so, what do you think it would be?
I mean, I'm gonna get typecasted as the guy who masturbates on the bus.
The homeless guy, whatever it is.
Didn't say it was homeless.
That's the guy who masturbates on the bus.
I'm the guy who voluntarily, that has a home to go to, but still, yeah.
That's insanity.
I know.
Now that's
my typecast.
I see.
Yeah. It's that or, the police officer that was actually responsible for the murder. The henchman that cuts up the bodies.
I was about to say serial killer, so I'm glad that you
serial
said
killer, serial killer adjacent, weird, general uncomfortable vibe. I think that's my niche.
You could be a leading man. You know, those movies are coming back around, like
anti-hero stuff.
Mm-hmm. You might actually be a main character. Like, maybe not 10 years ago, but now. I hope someone from Hollywood sees this and we can make something happen. I do know, I've met a couple, like, short film people. Those people are always fun. I don't know if you met Donovan Strong O'Donnell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his whole short film he did. That's cool. With Be Funny. I think it's not even a short film. I want to say it's a whole feature length. I swear he told me it's like 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm comfortable enough, but I think if I were to be saying premeditated lines, that's where I would kind of suck. Like, I can understand why Robin Williams just tricked everybody into letting him improv everywhere. Because that was his whole thing. He would just show up on set and he fucked the script. Robin Williams is just going to say whatever Robin Williams is going to say. And for some reason, he got away with it. I think it's just he had enough charisma to do so. But that actually seems like the easier thing than to like memorize lines. And
I think when you bring in energy, the words that come to you are the right words, and the words that somebody else had in mind aren't anymore.
Yeah, and that's why I think it'd be easier. Because I think saying someone else's words, I think half of acting is convincing yourself that this is true. Lying to yourself, essentially, is what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you're really good at it, you can make a whole career out of it, type of thing. That cushion's all the way pushed out on you, by the way. We can try to push it back in. You're good?
It's okay.
Yeah, because it would poor little Oscar. It's so hot for the people watching. I don't think they realize. I don't understand why every year this happens, where I'm thinking it's gonna get hot and I'm gonna like it, and then it gets hot and I immediately don't like it and I regret looking forward to it. It gets too hot too fast. and then it's only hot for this tiny sliver of time. It's I don't appreciate the weather, and I would rather live somewhere where it's just always the same. That's how I feel.
What's the last lie you told yourself?
Ooh, wow. Let me just say about you, you're good at asking questions, sir. You're really good at asking questions. The last lie I told to myself or about myself or to myself?
Oh, open to interpretation.
Okay. The last lie I told to myself. I would say that I am not afraid of women. That'd probably be the one. I always think that I'm cool and I'm gonna be like all calm and cool and collected and I'm gonna be like the cool guy. But then when it comes down to it, I'm just like if a girl's like actually attracted to me, I'm almost like scared. And that is the stupid. I hate that I do that. But I lie to myself and I tell myself like, no, bro, that's not you. But then whenever I'm actually in the situation, it's totally me. It's exactly, but it's almost like I psych myself out of any chance of anything because I just think, oh, pretty girl. Oh no. It's really stupid. It makes no sense. And the lie goes even farther because then I convince myself like, well, maybe a girl's gonna like that, and like maybe a girl's gonna like, oh, I like that you're shy, and I'm just so stupid. No, that's not how it works. I'm tricking myself. So that's my answer. Yeah. How about you? You got a good one for that? You must have some lies you tell yourself.
Once every 3 years, I'll tell myself that I think I could pull off cornrows on stage.
Really?
And then I have a friend who will get halfway through one set of cornrows, and I'll go, nope.
I think you could do it.
Wasn't meant to be.
I think that's very similar to what I was picturing with your hair slicked back. I think it's not far off. I think there's just something with if we just kept that all on, like just tied it all in, there'd be a way to like. But cornrows is bold. Cornrows is bold.
I would love to do it on one side, but it's not meant to be. It's really just, it's not. I can't. And I gotta know that about myself. Same thing with tracksuits.
Not meant to be?
Not meant to be. It's unfortunate.
I was thinking like if you had cornrows on one side, but you shave half your face, if you'd be willing to shave half your face shaved and the cornrows.
You might be cooking.
I like that. But
what's the boldest fashion decision you've made?
Sometimes I wear a 7-Eleven shirt that I got from Goodwill just because. There's a lot of stuff like that, though. I think most of the fashion decisions I make, I just wear things because. And I think that most of it's like, I got it from Goodwill or... Like, I like this combo. I like these shirts so much. And this is probably the boldest. You know what? It's probably this. It's probably these. Because I'm always wearing button-up shirts. I don't know why. I love them. And these are like summertime button-up shirts. Like I can wear them during the summer. It's just something about layers. You could actually sell me on overalls earlier when you were talking about it. I was really, the gears are turning because I like having layers on me. I think the only thing about overalls is I get hot. So I think during the summertime, like if I were you walking around outside right now, I don't even know how you're doing it. I would feel hot. I feel like I gotta be wearing shorts. And that's the other thing is I feel like I go the Adam Sandler direction with that, and I just wear like the loosest possible stuff I can most of the time. So there's probably that too.
Do you have any risque fashion? What does dressing sexy look for Mr. Ruse?
Ooh, sunglasses.
Okay.
Gotta have sunglasses because it makes you more mysterious, and I think that's sexier. So sunglasses, probably just all black. I think if I were wearing all black, that's probably the sexiest I get. If I just wear all black.
All black. What kind of all black? Give the fans what they want.
It's embarrassing because like I only wear like shorts, so it would just be black shorts. I don't even have black pants now I think about it. So like I'd be in shorts. That's
not
sexy,
what you
man.
have, what you want to be. What's your sexy version?
Ideal sexy me?
Yeah, like
oh holy
dress
shit!
you up.
I didn't know the possibilities were endless.
Open it up.
Hang on. Let me rethink this entire thing.
Maybe we're gonna make you not afraid of women.
This will be my queer eye makeover right here. I'll come out of this feeling so fresh and hot.
We'll take you down to the whale, and we'll get you some fucking black pants.
Be like Pimp My Ride, but for me.
Yeah, at Goodwill.
Yeah, yeah, my favorite place. So let me think. Like, if I could pick anything, what would like be sexy? So now I have to think because I don't want to think just my version of sexy. I want to think like, what would the world think is sexy? I can't just think.
You're overthinking it.
I'm already going too far.
Think for you, bud.
Okay.
What makes you feel sexy?
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I would say probably jeans. I'm wearing jeans.
What color?
Blue.
Blue jeans. Oh, okay.
Dark blue.
All right.
And they are ripped. But they're not too ripped. They're just like, a little rip, little light rip.
Little kneecap action.
Little kneecap action for sure. And I'm probably wearing I am still wearing sunglasses, but they're really cool sunglasses. They're not normal sunglasses. There's something about them that's special. I can't pinpoint what it is. I'd have to envision this. Because like sometimes you wear sunglasses like, oh, that's cool. But I mean like I stand out because of the sunglasses I'm wearing type of thing. Like if you remember when Kanye wore the sunglasses they were see-through with the rims on them, it's kind of like that, but not quite.
Okay.
Because that's not sexy. And then the only reason I say jeans is just because I'm not well versed enough in like the leg garments I could wear that would be sexy. I feel like someone else could probably advise me on that, and I could give you something better. I'm a man and I have limited apparel. I've never been in too deep, so I apologize because I feel like that's weak. And then also probably for the shirt, something name brand, like not name brand, but like designer brand. And then I'm wearing a chain. I'm also wearing a chain. I also have a watch on, and it's a gold watch, or maybe not a gold watch, but like it looks fancy. It doesn't even have to be, but it looks fancy. And I got a chain on, and I got the sunglasses on. If my hair's like this, it's fine. If it's short, if my hair's really short, but if it's a couple inches longer, I gotta have a hat on. And there you go. I mean, I think. Oh, and again, like mostly black. I think it's mostly dark colors. Like that's why the blue is dark. You just got to keep it dark because there's something sexy about dark. Like when you're just all bright and vibrant, that's not sexy, I don't think. Like if you're wearing fucking a jumpsuit, I don't think that's ever usually sexy. You could make it sexy maybe, but I couldn't. Yeah. So that's, yeah. And if you maybe gave me more time to think about it, I could give you a better answer. Because this is all on the spot, and I just feel like that's, I don't know. Like with fashion, if we're to talk about like what's actually sexy, or like what's actually hot, it's kind of hard to know. Because you say I overthink it, but I don't know. Because when I see like high fashion, it kind of confuses me. And I know what's sexy on a woman to me, but I don't know what's sexy on a man. Because I'm not attracted to men, I swear. But yeah, like literally, I don't know what. Like, do girls like when guys wear short shorts? They might. They actually might. Because if that's why I was answering with my version of sexy. Because I don't know. Girls probably like when you wear shirts that have like sleeveless. But for some reason, I always feel overexposed. But that's probably me being a bitch. That'd probably be sexier. You know what? I'm changing that. I'm not wearing any. I'm just wearing a shirt that's got no sleeves. So
okay.
It's like I'm manly. So it's
all
like
right.
this.
A little cut off tank.
Yeah, that would be way sexier. Like if it's like looks like I could play some basketball right now.
Yeah.
Because then I'm ready to go. Yeah. So we'll go back. Shorts. We're keeping the shorts, and then I'm just staying like this. And I got a shirt that's like this. So basically just a lot of skin showing. It looks like it's hot out, and I can barely stand the heat. I got barely any layers on because that's sexy. That means he's ready to go. Yeah. I'm glad I got to the bottom of that.
Hell yeah.
Final answer. Do you have a sexy version of you? There's no way. Have you thought about this before?
No way.
I mean,
There's
like,
no way that I have a sexy version. You just... You've hurt me, sir.
I suppose what I mean is, like, I feel like I really struggled to answer that question because it was really hard to think about. Like, what is sexy? I've just never really thought, what does sexy mean? Like, it's hard to... Have you ever dressed sexy? Have you ever done it? Like, you've done this before? Because I've never done that. It's just this is a really fun exercise for me. I might do this. I might dress sexy one day. This might inspire me.
You should.
You'll see it. I'll tag you. It'll be a picture of me looking real hot. Oh. And I'll tag only you, and no one else will know what it means.
Don't throw me with a good time.
Practicing my poses already, dude.
Put it away.
All right,
This is going on the internet.
I know. I got my socks on at the very least.
Yeah, good. I would say that dressing in a way that makes you feel confident as opposed to like you're just going through life. Dressing for a purpose. Dressing for an occasion.
That's sexy.
Yeah, inherently. I think if you dress out of necessity, just like everybody that gives up does.
Right.
There's a reason for it. But if you look like you and you feel good about it, fucking the world's gonna notice.
Yeah.
There's it's funny because you keep going back to and trying to anticipate what other people would like.
Yeah.
They're going to like what they're going to like. But a few of them are going to like what you like.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather be in a room with people who really like what I like than a million people that think that I'm good looking enough to pull out some outfit.
Yeah.
You know? I just think it's too short a life to wear things because you think other people will like you in them.
Right, or to do things.
Yeah.
Because other people will think that they'll... Like, there's a good Kendrick Lamar song where it's just like, you don't gotta lie to kick it. That's basically the whole concept of the song. And I think that's great advice. Like, you don't have to sell yourself short or try to be something to be part of a group ever. There's never a good reason to do that. You might find a reason and convince yourself, and you might make it make sense in that moment, but almost always you end up putting yourself in a situation where you don't feel like you're being yourself because now you're trying to fit in. Now you're trying to, yeah, that's a great point, dude. That's a great thing to say because, and to be fair, I don't think I usually think that way. I think the only reason I answered the question that way is just because I'm trying to think of how I'm thinking of my answer. I don't think I give a fuck what people think of what I'm wearing ever. And matter of fact, I had my friend tell me recently, he was talking to me and he was saying like, oh, you need to change the way that you dress on stage because I've seen like the videos of you on stage and I don't think you dress like a rapper. And I'm just thinking like, so like I'm not trying to dress like a rapper. Never am I thinking when I pick out an outfit like, oh, this is going to make so-and-so think this. I'm just thinking like, oh, what would I like to see myself in?
Yeah.
Like, what do I think makes sense for today?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it almost kind of bothered me that he said that. But like, obviously, he can have that opinion. I think he thinks like a rapper as what kind of like, you know, the chain thing, the watch thing, the dressing cool thing. Rappers just dress cool. You're not allowed to wear... I guess I can't wear these. I always dress like I'm ready to go to the beach. That's how I like to dress during the summer. Like I could just go to the beach and it would make sense. I don't know why that I'm like that, but I would think I would fit in Miami. I think if you took my fashion and ported it to Miami, I would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe there's a little bit of Miami somewhere in my soul. My grandpa's from Miami.
There
Got
you go.
that there.
That's
but
it.
ultimately, who gives a fuck? Like even to compare it, like who really cares? Just wear what you want. Yeah. I think it's I've said before, I would wear a blue jumpsuit 24/7 if I could. It's funny that you said that about a jumpsuit earlier, because I have said that, and I still kind of think that. I love blue that much. That's how much I love that color. I'm decked out in blue right now. I have so much blue that I wear, and I didn't even do that consciously. It's just something I've noticed about myself. I would wear all blue.
Then it is your favorite color. There you go.
It has to be, just by proxy. There's no other color that could possibly pass the test.
Yeah.
I like red, but I don't like red like that. I don't know. It's if someone ever says black to that question, that's scary. If someone ever says black, they're either emo or like they're depressed. Like there's something going on there. That's a scary answer to that question. I don't ever hear anybody say black. I think the only times that has happened is like the goth kids from high school. I think if I'm remembering when I've ever heard someone say that, I think that's actually it. Yeah, you learn you know, just along that line of thought, you can learn a lot about someone through asking them their favorite anything. That's something that really, really works in life. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You've been working like hypnotist magic tricks on me the whole time, asking me my favorites and getting to the bottom of my personality.
Not the whole time.
You secret man. Yeah, I know your tricks.
You don't know my tricks.
I want to have a hypnotist on here on this show, and I'm worried that's what's going to happen. I reached out to him, and he responded. His name's Chris Jones, and I'm excited, but I'm worried he's going to work some magic on me. I'm worried that I'm not even going to know what's happening.
You're worried the hypnotist that you invited on your show is going to hypnotize you?
But not with me noticing. Like, that's what I mean. Not because obviously they lead you and they do all that, but I'm worried he's going to do little things that I'm not even noticing he's doing because he's just so good.
You'll have the footage.
I don't know. Sometimes they're so good. You can even have them on camera, and it's like, how the hell did he get me to, I think hypnotism is a really interesting thing to even look at, just because there's so much small-scale hypnotism that it makes regular hypnotism make sense. Like, I think when you do comedy and you kill, that's small-scale hypnotism.
Yeah,
you somehow
absolutely.
got the audience to be hypnotized for 20 minutes. They're so into you. Yeah.
I do have to go.
Yeah. Well, we can wrap it up, right?
Okay,
We got a
if you
good
don't
couple
mind.
minutes.
Yeah.
So at the very end here, what I always try to do to give it some sense of coherence is,
Sure.
one, message to send the kids home with. The kids who have been listening to this whole thing, they are on the ride home from school and they need inspiration from us. We are the ones to provide it. We're obviously so enlightened. And so you will give them a piece of knowledge to take home, something they can use. And also, second, the social media, where they can find you online, because they've spent all this time with us. They might as well spend some more. Bing, bam, boom. The floor is yours.
Life is meaningless. The world is constructed on words which are just imaginary noises in your head.
It's a ruse.
It's all a ruse. You don't need to do anything you don't want to do. But if you want to get anywhere you want to go, be prepared to eat a lot of dick. And follow me at Nick Emeka Comedy on all social media platforms. Share my videos. Share Ruse's videos. Adore us. Buy our stuff. Buy Ruse some sexy clothing.
That I actually do condone. And I also condone if you guys want to leave suggestions on what you think I would look sexy in. Mm-hmm. I'm open to suggestions, and I would like to know. So with all that being said, feel free to provide me with the resources I need to look sexy, but also tell me how.
There you go.
Because I am a child at heart, and I'm always learning. And also, I'm always ready to go out and eat dick. I'm always ready to go out and eat dick, just like he said. And I think that that's very important, that we all go eat dick. And it doesn't matter how we do it. It doesn't matter, because some people eat dick in different ways. Some people eat dick in, maybe they eat dick when they're trying to learn. Maybe they eat dick when they're trying to grow. Maybe they eat dick when they're just trying to wake up in the morning. Maybe they eat dick just when they're trying to think their own thoughts. And that's what's important, is that you're always eating dick. Exactly. And that's what I want the kids to take home today here on Ruse Radio. Clocking out. Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character that's calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the